Hi, I'm Keon from Frameforge, and this week our inbox was assaulted by really good X-Men videos. We saw that some of our favorite creators on YouTube were making their own videos about their favorite X-Cellent Scene from the X-Men movies. All of it in remembrance of the New Mutants movie that may never happen. And since I'm a homeless Professor X lookalike, we thought we'd throw our hat in the ring and show our favorite scene that made Magneto, Magneto. This scene, of course, being Erik's confrontation with Shaw in X-Men First Class. This scene really punctuates the entire movie and sets the conflict for every other X-Men movie moving forward. But to find out why it's such an important scene, why don't you hit that like, smash that subscribe, tactical nuke that bell icon, it really does help us a lot. And stay tuned. So this scene isn't just a good ending to an X-Men movie, but a really great way to wrap up any movie, honestly. This scene not only ties up Erik's arc in a nice little bow, but also sets the stage for the entire X-Men universe. And honestly, we could have picked any Magneto scene from X-Men First Class, but this one perfectly ties up all of the arcs in the movie. The entire movie really has three major storylines. Number one, Charles trying to show the world that mutants aren't evil and unite everybody. Number two, Erik wanting to get revenge on Shaw for himself and his mother. And number three, Shaw trying to show the world that mutants are evil with a global nuclear crisis that'll separate mutants and humankind. If you need a prime demonstration of good, neutral, and evil, here it is. This is it. And all three of these arcs meet here at this exact moment in a way that only X-Men can create. But before we go on, okay, yeah, before we gone, dog. But before we go on, let's recap the events of X-Men First Class. Shaw is trying to start a nuclear war by pushing the nuclear missile crisis, and for good measure turning himself into a nuclear bomb. But the X-Men need to stop him, but he's too powerful to kill, considering he even destroyed the most indestructible X-Men from the comics.
Wait, isn't he the guy that can like transform his skin into like different materials or something like that?
Yeah, his name's Darwin, and in the comics he's so OP. Like Darwin's literally the most powerful X-Men because his body can survive anything.
Yeah.
So his body's so good at adapting to stuff that he was sucked into space and he could just breathe in space because his body adapted to it. Yeah.
So what?
The best thing.
What killed him?
Well, a little energy ball put in his mouth and he exploded.
He went ah!
Exactly. Well, the thing that's so funny about the comics is that Darwin, his body is so good that at one point he just keeps getting wailed on by the Hulk, and his body, in a way to adapt, just teleports him away. He's like, there's no way to adapt to be better, so we gotta leave, dog. I'm out.
That's awesome.
So if Shaw's so powerful, all the X-Men need to band together to defeat him. And this ultimately brings Charles and Erik together, as well as all their friends, to fight the bad guy. So they fly around in a new ship, fight off a bunch of Shaw's henchmen, pull a submarine out of the water, and then Erik works his way to Shaw's lair, which is a mind control proof room with a mind control proof helmet for good measure. And this gives Shaw the opportunity to go full evil villain and give his evil villain monologue and throw Erik across the room, which in the process destroys the room a little bit and lets Charles's mind control and telepathy in. And through his hubris, Shaw ends up monologuing at Erik, telling him how Erik should join him in the Hellfire Club. And Erik even agrees, mentioning that everything that Shaw did to him, no matter how horrific, did make him stronger. But there's no excuse for being a sadistic, mother-killing Nazi. So Erik uses his powers to remove the helmet, which allows Charles to take over Shaw's body, immobilizing him. Which allows Erik to put on the mind control proof helmet, and then all the good stuff starts happening. So now Erik has complete control of the situation. If this was chess, he would have whatever like a triple checkmate is. Tell me in the comments if you know. Both Charles and Shaw are right in front of him, one physically and the other one mentally. He disagrees with Charles on the fundamentals of human equality, and he spent his entire life hunting down Shaw for mutilating him and killing his mom. And now they're both right in front of him, unable to say or do anything. So now Erik is given the ultimate choice: to spare Shaw and become one of the X-Men, or join Shaw and become part of the Hellfire Club, and he chooses neither. So now it's his turn to supervillain monologue and become Magneto. So Erik slips into Shaw's place, donning the same helmet and spouting the exact same ideals about mutants being superior to humans, basically spitting in Charles's face. Then he gets the best reaction with a dolly in on Kevin Bacon's face with the reveal of the Nazi coin. The coin is an ultimate reminder of everything that Shaw has done to him, and now it's reached its perfect climax, which begins, in my opinion, the best sequence in the entire movie. where he takes the coin and starts saying the exact same things that Shaw used to say to him back in the concentration camps when he was a kid, and then slowly starts moving the coin.
I'm going to count to 3, and I'm going to move the coin. 1.
Erik's been waiting the entire movie and his entire life for this moment, so he really savors it. So he takes the coin and sends it through Shaw's head, which is technically Charles's head at the same time, and this parallelism is perfectly shown by match cutting between the two people as the coin moves through. So by killing Shaw, he's both literally and figuratively hurting his best friend and sending them both on different paths that will continue for every other X-Men movie. And this is immediately noticeable in the next scene, which is a microcosm of both Erik and Charles's beliefs. All the humans make the worst decision of their lives by sending all of the missiles that they have right to the mutants. And Erik stops them because, of course he would. It's super easy for him. And Charles tries to persuade him not to attack the humans because they're just following orders, which is probably the worst choice of words he could ever make. But Erik isn't having any of it, and he's done being at the mercy of men just following orders.
Never again.
And with the help of a stray bullet, he takes his place as Magneto, the leader of the Brotherhood, splitting up the remaining mutants between himself and Charles. And even though the film follows a bunch of different characters in their arcs, none of them are as well done as Erik's turning into Magneto. So that's our One Xcellent Scene. In the comments, please let us know what your favorite scene from any X-Men movie is. And in the description, you can find a playlist to all the other excellent scenes from other fellow creators on YouTube.
Hey, whoa, what is all this nerd crap about analyzing scenes and whatnot? We want to hear some of the cool stuff, am I correct, people? So right now, I'm gonna give you Alan's 2 cents, but also Alan's top 3 scenes in any X-Men medium ever. Number 1, all right? When Wolverine punches Cyclops in the stomach in the X-Men series.
You know nothing, little man.
In the cartoon series. It is the funniest thing ever, dude. Please watch it. Number 2, when Wolverine flicks Cyclops up with his one claw. We all thought it was funny, didn't you? I did. And now, for possibly my favorite scene. It resonates because of the impact that it had with me as a kid. And that's when Toad was shot by Storm and sent his flying across the water, skipping him like a rock.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
It dies.
It dies.
And it doesn't show up. And Storm sleeps magnificently.
He literally doesn't
that
show
night.
up for the rest of the movie.
No, he's dead.
He's dead. He's literally dead.
He's dead. But yeah, those are my top 3 scenes. Thank you so much. And back to Keon.
And if you liked this video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Consider subscribing to our channel. Hit that bell icon. We work really hard. I mean, right? For one sub a day, you can feed a Middle Eastern man and a ginger.
I like that.